Hello there, how are you doing? Now in this video, let's get this form to work. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to, whenever a user start typing in the title and text area, that information we need to save somewhere, right? So that we can, once they are done with typing and they push this button, we whatever we collected the information about the title and body, we can push that as an object to the database, right? So when people do some like change event like on change on submit, we need to implement that. Okay, so let's do that, but let me open up this console here. Okay, console, beautiful. And I have this react extension as well. You can search for Google Chrome react extension, okay, and install this one. It is really helpful. Okay, it helps you manage work on this project. Okay, so make sure you have this one installed, and then what we can do is we can work on this one. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have a local state. Okay, so here right before the render method, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the React state to manage this application. To start, we first need a constructor. Okay, constructor properties, and then inside super. So what this will let us do is this will let us bind the value. We're going to create methods, and we can use this, and this will refer to this class itself. Okay, that's the whole point of this. Okay, so super props. Inside this constructor, okay, make sure you're inside. What you're going to do is we're going to create a state, local state. Okay, so what we do is this, use this to point to this class itself. Okay, so this state, and we create an object. Okay, so this state will have two things, title and body, right? Input title and body. So title, let's set it empty string by default. Body also will have empty string. Great. Now what we want to do is whenever users start typing something here in the input field, what we want to do is we onChange, we use the onChange event, and onChange, anything happens, we want to store that information here in the state. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create onChange method. I'm going to name it handle change. Okay, handle change, and it will take the event. Now based on that event we will set the state. So to always set the state, you can use a set state method. Okay, this is a React method. Okay? So this set state, so this is a method which will take the object. Now this object you pass in whatever you want. We want to pass the title, we want the body, and set the value to this title target value, event target value, right? So what we can do is we can use this bracket notation. It's really handy. That way we didn't have to create one for input title, one for text area. We don't need to create two different methods. We can use one handle change method to handle both. The way we can do that is using this event dot target dot name. So this way it will have this name in an array. Okay, so this time it will have two items in an array. One is the name, as you can see we're targeting the name, so name, and then the next one is target text area name. So it will work for both, okay, because it's in an array. Okay, so event target name, we set it to event target value. Okay, so whenever the input comes in, this method will execute. This will take the event, and based on that event it will set the state using the name value pairs. Okay, so title, the value, so it's same as this one, the target name, so the title value, body value. Okay, so let's implement this one, handle change. So let's use this. What you can do is you can come down here on change, and within these curly braces we want to execute that, we want to point to that method, right? So on change this handle change, that's the name of the method we created, right? This handle change. Okay, same with text area, this handle change. So each time it will take the corresponding title and body, this method, and this will set the state based on that name and their value. Awesome, even target value. Okay, that's awesome. But this will not work. That's because we are pointing to this, and for us to be able to use this, we need to bind each method that we create to the constructor. Okay, so that is one thing we have to remember. So inside the constructor, after this state, what we do is bind. Okay, so every method we create, even though we said this, it doesn't actually point to this because it's not inside the constructor. So what we do is we just use the bind method. Okay, so this handle change equals to this handle change dot bind method. This is JavaScript method which helps bind what we're trying to bind. Okay, so this handle change equals to this, now points to this one, handle change bind this. Now let's see this in action. Okay, now open up this React tool. Now as you can see, it's state, title and body, they're empty. As soon as you start typing something, for example, okay, so cannot read property name of undefined. This set state, TARE, spelling mistake, TRGET, save it, but you gotta love the way the errors are displayed in the React. This environment is really helpful. Okay, so title and body, let's see if it works. As you can see, it works. Title changes, wow, body, beautiful. So every time we type something, when it is changing using the onChange event, we were successfully able to retrieve that information and put in the state. How cool is that, right? Now there's one more thing. Okay, so we handled this onChange method in this lesson. Now in the next lesson we'll go further. All right, so I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.